Welcome to ScratchStart. In this session, we have already seen the DOM visualizer and other things too, other visualizer. Here now we are going to see algorithm visualizer. That means I will write an algorithm like a program to sort the different elements like different bars according to in an ascending order. So what we will do is we will visualize. That means I will visually present in the browser how this exact operation is being done behind the codes. It will usually done in the back end of the browser, but what I try to achieve here is to show that exact operation in the browser itself. So that's all trying to do today. So for that purpose I have already written the HTML and CSS files, and I have also created the variables using identifiers. These are the different sections we are going to write main things. So let's start. Initially, as I already said, we will create the bars here. So we cannot create bars using any random method, right? We have to need numbers. For example, the bar will be of different heights. So to create bar of different heights, we need different random numbers, right? When I say random numbers, you can remember the math random method, JavaScript method. So that is what we are going to do, and these numbers will be stored in an array. So initially I am creating an array variable called numbers and keeping it empty. We may alter it later. So now we have created that. So now we have to create a random bars of different sizes. So for that I am creating a new function called generate bars. So inside that, as default, we have to clear everything that is present in the browser if there is previously an array is created. So I am selecting the bars container. Bars container is the element variable where all the bars will get filled. You can see here bar container. Here is where the bar will be present. This is a slider. See this slider and two buttons. We have to make it empty. Inner HTML equal to empty. And we have to clear the numbers array too. So numbers array is also cleared. Now I am going to use for loop to create 15 bars. I am thinking of creating 15 bars horizontally, like 1 2 3 4 5 in this way. So I am using for loop. So for I am giving initial value I value as 0, initial I is 0, and I should be 15 limit, and it should increment by one number. And what are the function that should happen is, within the loop I am creating a new variable called value. Inside that value I am using math floor to create whole numbers, and math random to create random numbers. I am multiplying with 300 and adding plus 20. I am adding plus 20 because if you can see here, math random star 300 multiplied by 300, it will ensure the numbers will be created from 0 to 300, and you know about math random, how it functions. And I am giving plus 20 because math random will create any number between 0 to 300. So it can be 0 and it can be 300. We don't know that. So if the number is too low, the bar won't be visible, right? So for that I am giving plus 20, adding plus 20 to the mathflow.mathRandom for number, so that the bar line will be visible in the browser. Now this create a number should be stored in the array. So numbers push the value inside. Then for the bars, I am creating another variable called the bar document create an element division. And this division should have a class list, bar class list add bar, and then this bar should have a style, that means the height. So select the bar element, style dot height equal to, we have to, as I have already said, this math random, the value we created is the height of the bar. So at this value give it px, that's all. It will consider this as a height. Now we have to append all this value into the bars container. Bars container, append the child bar. So now this will loop again and again 15 times, and each bar will be created there. So that's all. What exactly will happen is, it will generate the random numbers for 15 times, and these 15 numbers will get pushed into this numbers array, and from this numbers array in here with this specific logic, and vertical bars will be created in the browser. And now another important thing, all these bars will be generated, if you can see in the browser, only when we click that generate button. So we have to include that too. So for that, select the generate button, given an add event listener, the event is click, and when the event is click, we have to generate the bars. So that's all. Now one section is finished. Now another important thing is, we have generated the bubble. We have generated the bars now. Now another important thing is this period here. You can see there is a slider here. I can move this, set this. Now what this slider exactly does is, it will create us a time difference between or it will slow down or speed up the process. If it is if the slider is in the leftmost position, it will have very minimum millisecond difference, and the process will happen very fast. And it is in the rightmost position, it will be very, very slow. So that is what happening. If you want to know the limits, you can see in the HTML section, I have given minimum 50 milliseconds and maximum 1000 milliseconds, and I have given the default value as 300. When I refresh the browser, 300 is the value that will be set in the slider. So 300 milliseconds will be the default. So we will write for that. I am writing a function called sleep with millisecond as a variable, parameter, return a new promise here, return a new promise called resolve. This functions use a set timeout method, resolved with the millisecond, that means the set millisecond value from the browser. So now at next important part, here's where we are going to create the we have going to sort the vertical lines in an ascending fashion. So for that I am creating an async function. Async function bubble sort, and inside that I am creating a new variable called bars. I will select all these bars using a query selector all method. Query selector all, and the class is bar. And next I am going to use another for function, but here we are going to use two for loops, that means nested loop method. That means what I exactly going to do is I will create an outer loop and an inner loop. An outer loop will have initial values as I and the j, and the inner loop will have initial value as I, or we can interchange it too. No problem, that is just some random letters. You can use any letter. You can always also use x or y or z or anything. So for the outer loop I am giving initial value as 0, and it will function execute until the numbers arrays length I plus plus. It will progress with each number. And as I said, we are creating another loop, so I am giving some space, create another loop with initial value as 0 here again, and here it should execute when numbers dot length minus I minus 1, and then it will progress again one time, by 1. And now another important, next is the most important thing. When you come here, I reload, I click generate, it won't generate anything. We haven't finished yet, and we need to include the end to generate the bars. The bar will be generated. Now as the bar is generated, it will go through each bar. That means it will compare two bars at one time. For example, if we take here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 example, what our code will do is it will compare these two at one time, and after that it will compare these two and the biggest. That means the biggest will be pushed to the first initially, to the initial state. That means the first, or it will get in an ascending order. It will compare only two bars at one time. It won't compare everything at a single go. So what I am going to do is, we have to give an active class here. As you can see, active class I have given the red color. What this exactly does is, when the number is being checked, it will specific bar, two bars, will change its colors to red. That means those two bars are on a checking process. That is what it signifies. So I am selecting bars, I am giving it the class list of active, and then next bar, so bars j plus 1, give it a class list of active. The active. So this will indicate what two bars are being compared. Now those two bars will have a value, right? So we have to denote that in the browser too. So like these two bars are comparing currently, like that. So for that I am selecting info. I have already created that too here, info, and change its text content comparing numbers j and j plus 1. J plus 1. So this will get compared. And next, another thing is we have to give an interval between each comparison. So for that, selecting awake, select the sleep function, speed input, and give it a value. This value will be taken from the slider. Here in the slider, when we move it, it will change dynamically, and the speed will be selected from this speed, this slider. So it will be selected, and now we have to swap the numbers, and we have to swap the heights too. The bar will have different heights, so it should be arranged, right? So for that, I'm using if function, if method, numbers.j is greater than numbers j plus 1. That means the first number is greater than the second number. We have to swap the numbers first. To swap the numbers, there are only two numbers, so we have to interchange it. Only then we can swap it, right? So for that, I am creating a temporary variable with numbers j and use numbers j and equate it to j plus 1. J plus 1 and swap the j plus 1 to the temporary number. Now j plus 1 equal to temporary. And then next we have to swap the heights. Only when we swap the heights we can see visually. To swap the height, bars j style dot height equal to numbers j plus attached like a concatenated pixel, and similarly for the j plus 1 too. Bars j plus 1 height equal to numbers in an array j plus 1 plus pixel. That's all. Now next what we have to do is now the two bars are checked and it is swapped. So now we should we have to indicate these bars are checked. So for that specific thing I have created a sorted class. what this will do is it will change the bars color to green, so it will indicate the bars are checked. So using the same method, bars j, give it a class list, remove the active, and bars j plus 1, remove the class list again, the active, and now another important thing, we have to sort it. So we have to indicate the green color. Only when after we remove it, we can indicate that color. So for we have to include that sorted class here. That is what we have to do it now. So for that we have to add the sorted class. So I am creating this, selecting the same bars and giving it the sorted class. We have already removed the active class, so now it will be plain default color, and now we have to add the active the sorted class. So select the bars with numbers, length -I -1, and give it the same class list, add a class list, sorted class list is ordered. Now we have to indicate the browser that the whole process got completed. So info, change the text content to sorting completed. So that's all. So I have already included the sort button selector, and I have included the bubble sort. So now all this, when we go to the browser and click the bubble sort, all these bars will get arranged. Now to give it a initial bars, we have to generate bars, right? So I am giving generate bars function, include a generate bar function. Now it is all the code is completed. Now we go to the browser, the speed will got reset to 300. Now when I click generate, wait a minute, copy path, go to browser again. When I click generate, something is not working. Wait a minute, let me check once again. Everything is written, there is no errors, so everything is written. Now I have fixed the errors. There is not much errors, that just some brackets and other things missing. I haven't closed the brackets and loop set correctly, that's all. So now you can go to the browser again. See, the bars are generated, 15 random numbers are created and 15 random bars are generated. So now when I click generate, see another set of bars are generating. It is defaultly in 300. Now when I click bubble sort, it will get sorted. We can test it. I am clicking bubble sort, see it is sorting. Two numbers are compared at a time, and finished numbers are changed into green, and check numbers that are checking are in red color. You can see that. So now our code is working. This is an important method, and this is called a sorting method. It have many applications. but it mainly this is used for sorting purposes, like arranging an ascending order or segregating the data with the specific parameters and some things like that. So I have set it in default 300 speed, like reducing the speed and clicking generate, and when I click bubble sort, it will get sorted in very fast. Now see it is segregating very easily. So that this is how we do the sorting method. So now why I have done this, so I can show you how this algorithm works in a visual way. These kind of things mostly happen in the backend when you create a website or any other systems. So that is what I thought about showing you. So that is, yeah, this is how we do. And please consider liking, subscribing and sharing. And I know people are not watching, but in fact even though I upload videos, because I am learning a lot too, so that is why I am uploading continuously. And views, give you seeing the video throughout the end and sharing it to who need it, and liking it will really push my videos to the to new viewers, and it will help me grow. And I also have some other plans too for the channel to create some other new things, and it will really encourage me to learn a lot. I am doing this because I have no one to really say this stuff things to, so that is also the main reason I am doing this. So yeah, please consider liking, subscribing and sharing, and please watch the video through fully. It will be really helpful. Yeah, that is it for today, and I will meet you guys in the next session. Thank you.